Creator of Peaky Blinders has described his latest drama as a love letter to Birmingham and Coventry.
Yeah, it's set in the 1980s. It's called This Town, and it follows the formation of a band as the two-tone music scene was exploding in the charts against a backdrop of civil unrest, as our reporter Phil Mackey has been finding out.
The early 80s in the West Midlands was a time of turmoil and civil unrest. Recently arrived communities who'd been the victims of violence and racism began to find their voices.
And the violence remained in the background for the majority.
A new musical movement dominated the charts. In 1981 has used the music as a backdrop to the social upheaval.
So you stay out all the hours of the night, get caught up in a riot, get beaten till you start CW and you talk about some girl. I'm in love with her. Oh, Lord.
Levi Brown is the lead, here in a scene with Stephen Pinnock, who plays his dad.
I didn't even smell the smoke until I got to Lizell's Road.
Last year we got to see it being filmed in Birmingham. Levi's character, Dante, eventually joins a band.
He's decided he wants to be a rock star.
Coming from Birmingham, he already knows all the early 80s classics.
Growing up in Birmingham, you're kind of exposed to it very early on, you know, through parents and through just going to the pub. Like you can guarantee someone's probably going to whack on a scar sheet at some point if there's speakers in the pub.
Dante, I've got lots of tunes in my head. I could do the tunes and you could do the words. What'd you say?
My parents are the people I've spoken to most because they were sort of this age in the 80s. And they always say it was the most electric and wonderful time. It was really hard, but the way that people connected with one another, the way that people spoke to their neighbours, it actually was quite a joyous time.
Of course, what they really hope is that this will be as successful as the last programme that the same people made set here in Birmingham, and that was Peaky Blinders.
The man behind both that and this is Stephen Knight, who's also built a new film studio in his home city.
It's the first major production to come from the new studios here in Birmingham. Why does that matter?
I really want this to be a city of choice for people who are making anything, whether it's set in Birmingham or not. It's very much Birmingham and Coventry are characters in it, if you like. You know, they're really important. So we're shooting it here, shooting what's left of what was there then, and making it the story of four young people from Birmingham and Coventry who come together around the music. The important thing for me is these four people are living very hard lives in quite tough places, but they have a laugh.
Look like a proper rude boy.
What's a rude boy?
Inside the Happy Trooper, you're gonna find rude boys, skinheads, and Zulus.
Another of the main characters is played by a local lad too.
It's just been a lot of self-education on my own history and what the fabric of my area as well. You know,
It means a lot to you as well, right? Can you imagine how much it means to you to do something like this?
There's been days where it's quite like, I don't want to say emotional, but yeah, emotional, to really go, oh, this is the reality of the story my mum was telling me when I was young.
Come on.
The West Midlands has changed massively since the early 80s, but some things have stayed the same. The Druids Heath tower blocks and the region's musical heritage. Phil Mackey, BBC News, Birmingham.
How can you not know?
This Town will be on BBC One Sunday, 9 o'clock, also available from 6 o'clock on Sunday morning on the BBC iPlayer.